KC, we run the ring, we run the yard, we run it all. Kansas, what you screaming out? KC, we run the ring, we run the yard, we run it all. Kansas, what you screaming out? What you screaming out? What you talking about? What you screaming about? Fight KC, everybody say, fight KC, come on, fight KC, what you screaming out? Fight KC, what you talking about? Fight KC, come on, fight KC. What you talking about? Fight KC, what you screaming about? Fight KC.
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to the National Wrestling League Kansas City. Ben Miller sitting here with Christopher Fulton, and we're getting started off with a bang tonight with tag team competition.
Absolutely looking forward to this matchup, a contrast in styles with the Royal Blood and the Mancini brothers.
And here comes the Royal Blood making their way to the ring here in the Scottish Rite Temple. They have their hands full literally with the size and strength of the Mancini brothers, and here comes Jet Royal.
That's just one of them there. This is a tag team match, right? You check your list, it says tag team, right?
Royal seems a little bit confused, looking at where's his brother.
I don't see Jax anywhere. He's got something to say here.
I don't know what to make of this. Jet Royal.
Sure, this is supposed to be a tag match. It's not a
what it says. That's what it says here, Christopher. I mean, I don't really know what to make of this. Maybe they've changed it to a singles match. Maybe Jet Royal's taking on one of the Mancini brothers here. He seems confused as well.
Well, here come the Mancinis. We get some answers here.
Even Don Diablo seems a little bit confused by this turn of events, but yeah, maybe the Mancini brothers have something to say about it.
There they are, both of them, and they do not look happy today. The Mancinis usually kind of joking around a little bit, and they're not doing that today at all.
Usually come to the ring with slices of pizza. The bell is
already rung.
And we're underway here at the Scottish Rite Temple, but Jet doesn't have a partner.
I don't think.
And he just clocked the
referee.
He just took out the referee, Geno Mancini.
Something doesn't smell right here at all.
I smell a rat.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Jet valiantly trying to fight off both of the Mancinis, and Rudy just clocked him right in the face.
Not going to last very long fighting toe-to-toe with both of the Mancinis there, Jet. And it looks like he's paying for it now, but I still don't know what's going on here. We need to maybe get some officials out here, or what is...
If you notice, the referee didn't even call for the bell. The Mancini's called for the bell. Oh, clothesline takes Jet's head off.
Well, this is just a beating. This isn't even an official match so far.
I don't even know what to make of this. What are the Mancini's? I smell a rat. I don't think this isn't right. Oh my gosh, what are they doing now?
We don't have anybody out here to stop this. I don't know what's going on here. This is
vicious power bomb right in the center of the ring. Oh, and a splash by the big Geno Mancini. They are decimating Jet Royal, and Jax is nowhere to be found.
Two-on-one assault here, not looking good for Jet Royal. And yeah, where's Jax? You guys literally are with each other almost all the time. What is this now? What are they?
They're ripping at the face and hair of Jet.
Hey, Jet.
Oh, no.
Hey, Jet, can you see okay? Can you see okay? I want to make sure you have the best seat in the house. Camera guy, follow me.
Things just went bad to worse.
Follow me, I said, come this way. Can you see okay? Can you see? Oh, look, we got older brother. We got older brother here.
Hey, look, we found your big brother. You know, I heard once the twins can feel each other's pain. Let's find out. Let's see.
Hey, Jet.
Listen, I'm all for being
Jet.
aggressive.
We got your attention. We got your attention yet?
Can we go to commercial or something? This is
ridiculous.
I don't know.
I don't think that we need to keep showing this right now. Jet, watching his brother Jax be beaten.
We're taking care of it.
You know what?
We're taking care of it.
We'll leave him right here for you.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah. We got to take a souvenir.
These two guys said they were here to make a statement. They certainly are living up to that. It's only the second time we have seen these guys, and they are really taking it to the Royals. But mind games, physical games.
Jax Royal is left decimated at the hands.
I don't even know where that is. Where is he? And the Mancini's still in the ring with Jet Royal.
I don't even know what to say. We said we
what's
smelled
this
a
now?
rat, and the rat
You
looks
see
like
that?
Marco and Lionel Howlett, and he's putting
Not
on
to-
brass knuckles.
No.
Give me a break.
How much
the
more can
assault
these-
is over.
Yeah, this is
We
too
need to
much.
get some people out here to stop Rudy and Geno. I mean,
What are they setting him
made
up?
their
This could-
point.
This is a career-ending assault here. Could be.
Shit, right across the face with the brass knuckles.
You have ever been hit with brass knuckles, you know how unforgiving they are. Not to mention just a regular punch from a big guy like that. And now it's just continuing the assault here with the brass knuckles on Jet Royal.
Can somebody come out
We
here?
need some help here. Definitely. Finally.
Oh.
Finally, word got to the back. You know, I am not a
Blade
fan.
Meeks and Red Cloud have finally put an end to this assault.
Listen, I am not a fan of the royal blood. They really annoy me a little bit. Nobody deserves this. This could be a career-ending. He could have some bones broken in his face, definitely.
All right, fans, we'll be right back on the National Wrestling League. And welcome back, wrestling fans, to the National Wrestling League Kansas City. And I'm still in shock over what we just saw. The Howletts assaulting Jax Royal in what appeared to be some sort of basement, maybe even here in the Scottish Rite Temple.
Absolutely. As soon as we can get some word on the condition of both of the Royal brothers, as a matter of fact, that was an assault, a beating. But now we're on to bigger and better things, on to the tournament. I'm excited about this match right here.
KC title tournament rolls on as we do always here in the National Wrestling League. We have Mac from the Union representing the Union, taking on Max Edwards of the Swoll Patrol.
Two guys normally in tag team competition, but we'll hook it up in singles action right here. These guys pretty familiar with each other. I don't know, man, this is going to be a clash of titans for sure. If you look at Mac right there, this is a big, solid, very, very strong individual, and he's taking on somebody who's just swollen. Right?
As we've seen in weeks past, Mac has put his strength on display when he actually suplexed. Who was it? Both members of the Howletts.
Both
members of the Howletts last time here in the Scottish Rite Temple. So we know this guy has the power that it takes to defeat anybody here in the National Wrestling League, but he definitely has his work cut out for him in the Swoll member, or one of the Swoll members of the Swoll Patrol.
Max Edwards is always in fantastic shape. We'll see if that conditioning is going to play a factor, or if he's going to get knocked out early by this big man. Here we go, the Swoll Patrol. I got to say, these guys, they inspire me.
All right, Chief.
And here comes the Swoll Patrol of Max Edwards and Flex Zerba. Flex Zerba returning from his 17th international bodybuilding competition. Look at you're doing ass to ankles right now.
Absolutely. These guys, like I said, inspire me. They're making me do some air squats right now. Come on, you need to get up. You look at how flabby your legs are. You need to be doing some squats and some push-ups as well.
Max Edwards and Flex Zerba always try to inspire anybody that they come in contact with that they need to get swole like they are. They need to work out. They need to stop living sedentary lifestyles.
And that's bad advice, you say?
I'm not saying that's bad advice. I'm just saying that is the mission of the Swoll Patrol, and they say they're going to take over Kansas City and get Kansas City swole one person at a time.
Well, if you've been around Kansas City, you know that definitely needs to happen. Routinely voted the fattest city in America, and the Swoll Patrol is they're just sick of it.
As I was saying earlier, Flex Zerba coming back from his 17th bodybuilding competition in San Diego, California. This is according to him where he took first place.
Oh, I'm sure
again.
he did. Are you calling him a liar?
I'm just saying I'm reporting the facts as reported by Flex Zerba. But we're going to see Max Edwards in singles competition again. And we've seen both members of Swoll Patrol in singles competition here in the National Wrestling League, and both of them picking up wins.
To my left in this corner, from Leesville, Missouri, at 320 pounds and one half of the Union, Mac.
320 seems a little light to me. Big man right there, Mac. Look at those sideburns. Those sideburns got to weigh about 100 pounds each.
Corner, weighing 230 pounds from Kansas City, Missouri, one half of the
See,
Swoll
always
Patrol,
working out.
Always
Max
working out, doing
Edwards.
some, what would you call those, tricep dips? I'm
Those
not
are
a
dips,
working out.
Yes,
okay.
absolutely.
Well, at least I got that right, Christopher. Give me some credit.
I'll give you a little credit on that one.
All right, the bell sounds and we are underway for the KC title tournament match here between Mac and Max Edwards. Now, the one thing about the Swoll Patrol is every time we've seen these guys in the Scottish Rite Temple, they use questionable tactics to pick up victories in all their matches. And I don't think with Joe roaming the outside of the ring, they're going to have a chance to use any of those questionable tactics here tonight.
Well, you would think that, but Joe is pretty dumb, so I'm sure he's probably somebody they could pull something over on if they needed to. But I don't think he's going to need to.
Look at Max trying to body slam the big Joe. And
you got to warm up before you do that. He should know better, right?
Not Joe, excuse me. He was trying to lift Mac. I said Joe, but nice forearm to the face there. I mean, there's a lot of weight behind those shots. Trying to go for a reverse splash in the corner. Max Edwards hits the ropes and Mac catches him out of midair, showing his unbelievable strength as well.
We were talking about that strength and that power. Max Edwards, a big guy, and he just caught him like he was a kid and just tossed him over with a nice follow-away slam. But it was wisely getting out of the ring. Max Edwards kind of needs to regroup a little bit. Maybe grab some water, a little protein, get back in the game here.
One thing they definitely don't need is more protein powder at ringside. Oh, snaps his neck down over the top rope, does Max. Now he's on the offensive against Mac of the Union, going for a cover here. Got the big man off his feet with a big clothesline. Only gets a 2 count, stays on top of him, firing those right hands right in the top of the head of Mac from the Union.
Swoll Patrol, big, strong guys, both in great shape. You give them just a couple of seconds, and they're going to be all over you, just like what happened just there. Now, Max Edwards firmly in control of Big Mac from the Union.
Doing some curls there.
Always working out.
Always working out, as you stated. Multitasking, definitely, by Max Edwards. Now he's doing a little bench pressing. He's got to adhere to the referee's count. Referee Nick Chin making sure that he breaks the hold by a 5 count. Referee Nick Chin always doing a fantastic job here in the National Wrestling League.
Nick Chin is a terrible person and a terrible referee. He should have counted a 3 count already, I think.
Snapmare takeover, huge snapmare takeover by Max Edwards. Basement drop kick, showing incredible agility there. Cover 2, it's a 2 count only.
When you say basement drop kick, that's just your way of trying to be clever, saying that it was in the lower part of the body, right?
Well, what would you call it?
I would say it was a drop kick to the lower part of the body.
Sounds terrible. Basement drop kick sounds way better.
He's got him firmly in a reverse chin lock here, although he's turned it to the side. You got to get behind him, get more leverage there, Max.
Elbow strike right to the back of the skull by Max Edwards. Gets the leverage on Mac here in the corner and starts choking him on the ropes. Referee Nick Chin making sure that once again Max Edwards breaks that hold before the count of 5. And again doing some dips here before charging into the corner. And Mac catches him and drops him right into the corner there and starts firing away with some forearm shots.
Big forearm shots, huge heel throw out of the corner. If you've ever been thrown across the ring, that I'm sure does not feel very good at all. Max Edwards, I'm amazed he's still able to keep that headband on.
Max splashing him in the corner, finally connects with that. He tried it once earlier in the match, finally connects and gets Max Edwards down in the corner and brings him out the hard way.
Well, I tell you, that's like being hit with a moving truck. That guy's so big.
Big splash. Did you see the elevation on that? This could be it. 2. Wow.
You could show a movie on the backside of Mac right there.
I'm very impressed with the elevation on that splash by Mac. Going for a big leg drop and misses. Max Edwards gets out of the way just in the nick of time. Now he's complaining that he maybe has some sort of eye injury here to referee Nick Chin.
Certainly probably a lot of dust in there.
Oh, are you kidding me?
See, look how dusty it was there.
Are you kidding me? Flex Zerba just threw powder in the eyes of his tag team partner, Joe, there on the outside. Now he's distracting him.
What a cheap shot.
This is incredible. I cannot believe that the Swoll Patrol could get away with this kind of behavior. Oh, crashes down on him. He's holding the foot. 2, gets the 3 count.
I was looking at the shoulders. You got the shoulders down. What are you referring to?
Flex Zerba was holding the foot of Mac during that pin, and Max Edwards steals one from Mac of the Union.
Just like the referee, I was watching the shoulders. I didn't see anything being stolen right there. I saw a hard-earned victory right there for the Swoll man himself, the member of the Swoll Patrol, Max Edwards, as he moves on in the tournament.
Max Edwards moves on in the KC title tournament. Mac goes back to the drawing board with his partner Joe, but you have not heard the last of the Union and the Swoll Patrol. And with that, fans, we'll be right back here on the National Wrestling League.
Here with Gil Rogers and Lockdown Ray Briggs. Guys, both of you unfortunately are 0-2 here at NWL KC, and tonight you take on Devlin and Niles Plonk. Where's your head at?
Marty, you look lovely, by the way, but I'll tell you where our head's at. Tonight, we're 0-0. That 0-2 business, that losing streak is out the window. It's a fresh start tonight. We're going to put the lockdown on the tag team division.
Let's talk a little bit about Devlin. It seems like he was trying to get into your ear, maybe tell you some things. Where's your head at?
Yeah, last week he tried to give me advice about winning. But Devlin, I don't want anything to do with you.
But tell them, Ray, what you have for them.
I got something for you, and it's called the Pick Six.
That's right, baby. Pick 6. Yeah.
That's how you do it, you know what I mean?
That's how we all.
Hey boys, what about that little favor we did for you?
Favor?
The favor.
Yeah.
They did do us.
I mean, you did a favor, but we paid you for it, so it's not really a favor.
Well, I mean,
It's a transaction.
Well, you know,
Right.
business is business, you
and
know.
we're professionals, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you liked the job, though, didn't you?
We
Yeah,
only
we-
did that because we wanted to. It was
Right.
kind of a fun thing.
That
But,
was,
you know,
give him the money.
here you go. Go for it.
Hey.
Buy some food.
Hey,
Hey, we don't want no trouble.
Have a good
hey,
time.
hey, dough is dough. Business is business, you know?
And in the future, if anybody else needs anything done, make sure you tell your friends.
Yeah.
All right, keep walking.
Maybe some of that.
Yeah, pour me a drink.
Welcome back, wrestling fans, to the National Wrestling League, Kansas City, and we have a tag team match that's guaranteed to thrill all of you out there watching.
Well, it looks like Don Diablo has a less horrible suit today, so I'm starting off in a good mood looking at him now. Remember that terrible blue suit? That suit was awful.
You wouldn't let me forget it, Christopher. Devlin making his way out to the ring right now, one half of the tag team of Devlin and Niles Plonk.
Absolutely, Devlin. I gotta say, I like this guy. He has got an attitude. He's sort of a truth sayer. Something that needs to be said, you go to Devlin. He's going to tell you the truth for sure. I like this guy. He can do a lot in that squared circle, too. A lot of people say he likes to stir the pot, but that's how soup gets made, right?
Looks like Devlin is stirring the pot there with one of our young fans at ringside, and that young guy was not backing down from Devlin.
Well, that's not a smart move to get in Devlin's face. He's, he's a charismatic, fun guy, but he's a little aggressive as well. And of course, he gave the advice to Ray Briggs, and who knows, it might backfire on him in this particular match because that's his opponent.
And his partner making his way to the stage right now. One of your favorite competitors, I believe. You can never stop talking about this guy. This is Niles Plonk, accompanied to the ring by his manservant, Belvedere.
Absolutely, Niles Plonk. This guy is absolutely fantastic. A true Renaissance man. This guy is, he can do it all. He can throw wine, he can make wine, he can probably make beer, although that's a little classless. I mean, there isn't anything that Niles Plonk can't do. Of course, he's got his loyal manservant there. Of course, good help, hard to find. Belvedere screws up an awful lot, and it's good that Niles Plonk is such he's such a good human being, good-hearted person to employ. Such an idiot as Belvedere.
Niles Plonk seems to turn his nose up at every fan here in the Scottish Rite Temple. He is a man, he says, a man of class and sophistication, and his main goal is to bring class and sophistication to everybody here in Kansas City. And here comes one half of their opponents for the evening. Lockdown Ray Briggs is making his way to the Scottish Rite Temple.
Well, absolutely, Lockdown Ray Briggs is probably one of the greatest athletes we have ever seen inside the square circle. This guy can do it all. He can jump out of the, he can jump like 1,000,000 feet. He is so athletically talented, although he might have a little mental issue. And a guy like Devlin, just trying to give him some help, tell him to be a little aggressive. Certainly good advice. We'll see if Ray follows up on it.
Definitely lockdown. Ray Briggs hasn't been able to score a victory yet here in the National Wrestling League. Coming to the stage right now is Gil Rogers, and that's his tag team partner for the evening. And I would say he's in good hands if he's teaming with Gil Rogers.
Gil Rogers, Smiley McSmiler's son. I tell you, this guy, boy, he is positive, but he is certainly annoying, isn't he?
I love Gil Rogers. Gil Rogers represents good old-fashioned hard work and tenacity when it comes to professional wrestling. He puts in time in the gym, and there, look at that. There he is right there, showing his love and appreciation for a great fan there that made a sign for him, and he's excited to be here in the Scottish Rite Temple, and I appreciate that kind of enthusiasm.
Do you think Gil even knew that that was his own name on the sign? Probably not.
Look, he even patted Belvedere on the head on the way into the ring. This guy just wants to compete. He wants the experience, as he calls, the thrill of victory. I love Gil Rogers. I'm looking forward to big things from this guy in the National Wrestling League.
Well, absolutely. He's looking to feel the thrill of victory, because as of lately, he has not felt that at all here in the National Wrestling League. So you got to wonder, how well are these two guys going to team up with a team that I think this might be a little underrated. Niles Plonk, we've seen him team with Ken Dharma in the past. They were very, very successful. We've seen him team with Devlin here. I think that Niles Plonk might be the most complete tag team wrestler without an actual real partner.
And that may speak to the wrestling gifts and the wrestling prowess that Niles Plonk really truly has as a singles competitor. Say what you want about Niles Plonk. He's a great professional athlete. Well, the bell has sounded, and we are underway here in this tag team matchup.
I will say what I want, and I say that I like Niles Plonk, and I like his wine, and I like his boots. I like everything about him except that stupid manservant Belvedere. And I could, if I had to be around Belvedere all day long, man, that would just drive me nuts. So that just shows you he has the patience of Job, I think, to deal with a guy like Belvedere.
Niles Plonk seemed to be developing some sort of game plan with his tag team partner for the evening, Devlin. Niles Plonk was not so fortunate last time he was here in the Scottish Rite Temple teaming with Ken Dharma. They came up on the losing end of that equation on that night. But however, let's see if Niles Plonk could string together some sort of teamwork, some sort of natural chemistry here, and have him and Devlin pick up a big win tonight against Gil Rogers and lockdown Ray Briggs.
One of the things that I absolutely love about a guy like Devlin is that he never shows you all of his cards. You never know exactly what's going on in that guy's mind. You never know the tricks that he might have, and he's always thinking one step ahead of his competitors. And I think it's going to bode very, very well for him. Look at him. He's complaining about the tights being pulled there.
And that's absolutely ridiculous.
Sure,
Gil Rogers never, ever stretches the rules to or bends the rules to his favor. He always looks out for the rules. He plays by the book all the time, Christopher, which is something you may or may not know about.
Listen, rules are meant to be, well, let's say flexible.
Quick cover there by Gil Rogers. Only gets a 1 count on Devlin. Maybe not even a 1 count. Devlin shoots him off the far side. Nice shoulder block takedown by Gil Rogers. Only gets a 1 count again. Trying to keep Devlin off his feet and confused about the game plan of Gil Rogers and lockdown Ray Briggs.
You got to save a guy like Devlin. You have to keep him grounded because he is very, very quick and can do a lot of things in that squared circle. You got to keep him off his feet. If he's up moving around, you're in trouble. And
Gil Rogers and Ray Briggs firing on all cylinders here.
Just see that, trying to kip up, gets a little help from Ray Briggs.
Ray Briggs just, maybe Gil Rogers couldn't do that, and Ray Briggs needed to come in to help him out. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, it is tag team wrestling, I suppose. You help your partner out.
Niles Plonk coming into the ring. Collar and elbow tie up with Ray Briggs. Backs him into the corner, fires a shoulder block, make that 2.
Solid shots right there in the midsection of Ray Briggs.
Nice knee right in the midsection by Niles Plonk. Sends Ray Briggs into the far side. Almost claps over the ears, trying to take away that equilibrium of lockdown Ray Briggs. Fires him into the other corner. A nice hip attack there by Niles Plonk. This guy is very technically sound and very savvy inside this squared circle. Like I said, say what you want, he can get it done. Only gets a 1 count there on the rookie lockdown, Ray Briggs.
Ray Briggs has got a lot in the tank. You're not going to get him this early in a match, but Niles staying right on top of him, that's for sure, telling the referee how to do his job. If anybody would know how to do the ref's job as well, it would be Niles Plonk. Oh, look at that. He saved his own bumper. Did you see that?
Saving his own partner, and Ray Briggs explodes out of the corner with a clothesline, takes down Niles Plonk. Nicely done by the team of Briggs and Gil Rogers.
Cheating, using the ropes for leverage to take him over in a headlock there. That's cheating. I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that, referee.
Devlin admonishing some of the fans here at ringside.
Well, can you blame him? You hear some of the things that those fans say to guys like Devlin. I wouldn't blame him either for yelling at him.
Niles Plonk making his way up, back up to a vertical base, and Ray Briggs holding tight onto that side headlock. Nicely done by Lockdown, showing some ring awareness there that he's got to really clamp down and keep that headlock on Niles Plonk.
Would you say he has a lockdown on Niles Plonk?
I probably would say that, actually.
You would, because you're not creative and you're going, look at this, he's going to toss him outside the ring.
Oh, Gil Rogers putting a stop to that. Almost a belly-to-back suplex over the apron, and Gil Rogers connects with the forearm. Ray Briggs goes right into the midsection. Sunset flipped attempt, going for the cover, too. Only gets a 2 count on Niles Plonk.
Well, Ray Briggs better thank Gil Rogers for saving him on that one. Possibly a career-ending injury waiting to happen right there. But Gil, right there, Johnny
blind tag, Devlin blind tags Niles Plonk's back. And it looks like Ray Briggs gets an atomic drop for his efforts. Nice knee strike coming off the second rope, going for a cover here too. Almost got a 3 count there. Ray Briggs getting the right shoulder up off the mat. That was a beautiful knee strike by Devlin.
Great teamwork from Niles Plonk and Devlin. These guys are showing you that they are devious and they are always thinking 1 step ahead. They've got a great reverse chin lock on Ray Briggs right there, really keeping him grounded. You got to keep a guy like Ray Briggs off his feet, because if he is jumping and he is moving around, you can't catch him.
Oh, vicious back elbow connects right with the chin of Lockdown Ray Briggs. Nice tag team wrestling, dragging him back into his corner, and Niles Plonk stomping into the midsection of Lockdown
Is
Ray.
this it?
He's going for the grape stomp here, just stomping away on the chest and lower stomach region of Lockdown Ray Briggs.
Really takes the wind out of you when you
Going
got
for a
somebody
cover
beating
here
up on your
too.
chest and on your stomach right there.
Taking the wind out of Lockdown Ray Briggs is a very smart game plan by Niles Plonk, trying to score a quick pin over the young rookie.
Big chop right there.
Pulls him off the far side, connects with a nice back elbow again, going for a cover again, 2, only gets a 2 count.
No wasted motion in the movement of Niles Plonk. You don't see him running around, moving a lot, wasting a lot of energy. And with a guy like Ray Briggs and a guy that's in great shape like Gil Rogers, you're going to definitely need that, because as this match goes on, I think it favors the team of Lockdown.
Russian leg sweep counter by Lockdown Ray Briggs, nicely executed by the rookie. He looks like he's going for a tag, and he tags Gil Rogers, and Gil Rogers coming to the ring now to face Devlin. Nice forearm strike, make that 2. Devlin cowers down to the ring. Beautiful drop kick right in the center of the ring by Gil Rogers. Another reverse elbow. Gil Rogers really on the attack here. It only gets a 1 count on Devlin.
Boy, look at him go. He is all fired up. He has been outside the ring there for about 5-6 minutes already, and he is really sticking it to Devlin right now and Niles Plonk.
Gil Rogers with his patented monkey flip right out of the corner, sends Devlin crashing hard into the center of the ring, and Gil Rogers stays on the attack here against Devlin.
Big chops to Devlin's chest right there. Those things will take the wind right out of you. What's he going to do? How's he going to follow this up? Could be setting him up for his big finish. But I don't think Devlin's quite ready for that.
Kind of interesting fact about Gil Rogers.
Oh, look at that. He tried to save his partner.
Kicks him right in the stomach. Niles Plonk trying to take a page out of Gil Rogers' own book and pays for it with a head into the groin region.
I don't think we need to tell folks about that particular maneuver. I think that it speaks for itself. Niles in a world of hurt right now. Belvedere down there to check on him.
This is a big match for Gil. Look at that. Niles Plonk behind the referee's back sends Gil Rogers crashing off the top rope. Niles Plonk will stop at nothing to pick up a victory here tonight.
Very, very smart maneuver by the on the part of Niles Plonk, and he is back on top. And I tell you, he probably didn't like being embarrassed. Niles is a guy who doesn't like to be embarrassed, and he's really letting Gil feel it right now.
Body slam right in the center of the ring. What is Niles Plonk doing? He's going for it. I think he's going for the corkscrew. Elbow drop.
Oh, he's got
right to the throat. Only gets a 1 count on Gil. Wow. That uncorked elbow, the corkscrew elbow, excuse me, usually can put an opponent away for the 3. Only gets a 1 on Gil Rogers.
Gil is hyped up, to say the least. All that adrenaline. He's kicking out on instinct right now.
Gil Rogers and
there you go.
Look at that. Are you kidding me? Belvedere getting involved in the action again behind the referee's back. The referee has got to pay attention when people are on the outside to prevent things just like that from happening.
The referee's job is to pay attention to what goes on in the ring, and that's what he was doing, and I am tired of you besmirching the good name of our referees. I said besmirching. That's a word. You can look it up.
Niles Plonk locking in a tight rear chin lock there, really cutting off the supply of oxygen to the brain of Gil Rogers. Now, one thing's interesting, Gil Rogers and Ray Briggs are looking for their first victories here in the National Wrestling League, so this is a very important tag team match for both these guys.
Huge backdrop right there. That's going to take the wind out of the sails of Gil Rogers for sure. Niles firmly in control. I'd tag Devlin in, maybe get a quick double team maneuver and end this match so that we can quit looking at the bright and shiny gums of Gil Rogers. Even when that guy's beat up.
Has a cravat locked in. He would look like he was going for the uncorker there. Gets a boot in the midsection. Gil Rogers locks in a butterfly suplex and connects on Niles Plonk. He needs to make a tag to lock down Ray Briggs.
He needs to make the tag in the worst way. That took like just about everything that Gil Rogers had left in the tank to perform that maneuver. Niles is a lot closer to his tag team partner Devlin. He needs to make the tag as well.
Makes a tag to Devlin, does Niles Plonk. Gil Rogers still trying to make a tag over to lock down Ray Briggs and is unable to make it there. Kicks Devlin off. This could be the opening he needs.
There he goes.
Tag to lock down Ray Briggs, and he comes in with a house full of fire and clotheslines for both Plonk and Devlin.
Well, he is firing on all cylinders right now as he's knocking down both of them in. And
nice spin kick connects with the face of Devlin. Looks like he's going for a quick cover here. Gets a 2 count on Devlin. Ray Briggs coming in with a house full of fire, clotheslines both members of Plonk and Devlin here, looking to capitalize on this momentum, and Plonk puts it into that real quick. Oh, spinning Putski hammer.
All 4 men in the ring. Referee is losing control of this match very quickly.
Gil Rogers clotheslining Plonk over the top rope. What is he? Gil Rogers going to fight outside the ring. This is unlike Gil Rogers, and he misses an axe handle, crashes into the security railing on the outside.
Well, you said it right there.
Pick 6. He hit the pick 6.
He's got him.
He hit the pick 6
on
Devlin.
First win right
this could
here.
be it.
There you go, Belvedere.
And Belvedere is back up on the ropes again. Unbelievable. Belvedere's made his presence felt in this match multiple times, and Ray Briggs needs to clock him.
Now, he's not a competitor in this match. I wouldn't be hitting him.
Devlin rolls him up, got a handful of tights, 2, 3, and gets away with a victory. Niles Plonk and Devlin steal one from the tag team of Lockdown Ray Briggs and Gil Rogers.
Well, you know, after seeing that exchange, I take away some of the things I said about that idiot Belvedere. He was in the right place at the right time. Great roll-up by Devlin to get the victory. And I tell you, Ray, he told you once, he's probably going to tell you again, you need to be more aggressive. What is this now?
Look at Roscoe Leach is coming down to the ring again. We've seen this guy every time we're in the Scottish Rite Temple, and he's always trying to recruit people for the Leach Talent Agency.
Coming down to talk to Gil Rogers again? I don't see.
He still has yet to sign any of the National Wrestling League wrestlers to the Leach Talent Agency, but that doesn't mean this guy's going to give up very easily.
Well, to be a part of the Leach Talent Agency, it's a very selective group. There's a big vetting process, I'm sure. It takes a lot to sign. Yes, absolutely.
I need to talk to you for a minute.
Just talking to Ray Briggs.
Are you Ray Lockdown Briggs? Is that right? Yep. Hi, I'm Roscoe Leach. Now, I couldn't help but notice that you're having a little trouble locking it down these days, Ray. You know, you got the kids line up out there and they buy your merchandise with the lockdown logo on it, you know, and you tell everybody you're a big NFL star, but you know, is what you're gonna wanna do to be a great NFL star like Tiger Woods or Serena Williams, LeBron James. Hell, I could even turn you into the next NFL star, Kansas City's own Lorenzo Kane. But it's what you're gonna need to do, Ray, is you're gonna have to get on board with the Leach Talent Agency.
Probably a smart move. Oh.
I dealt with agents in the past. All of you are sleeves.
Well, I think that went really well.
Roscoe thinks that went really well, and again, the Leach Talent Agency is shut out from the National Wrestling League competitors, although he says he's got plenty of clients lined up around the block for him.
Hey, cowboy! What'd I tell you, Lockdown, huh? Gotta be aggressive. Still a loser.
Look at here, man.
Ooh, hey!
I can break you right now.
Hey, brother. Whoa.
Right now.
Come on, man. Come on.
Hey,
Hey, it's all right. Yeah.
See you in the ring next time.
Yeah, it's all right.
See you.
Yeah, you catch me outside. How about that? Huh.
Lakota Red Cloud, tonight you are facing Marco Howlett in the first round of the Kansas City Championship. What is going through your mind?
For too long now, the Howletts have been running amok around here, and they've been attacking the royal blood. Now, I can understand if out in the ring they beat the royal blood fair and square, 1, 2, 3, but it's not happening. It's not happening. They've jumped him. They left one of them tied up in the back. They left the other one out to get jumped by the Mancini brothers. I'm not going to stand for that no more. They want to talk trash to his mother, burn all their stuff in the background. You ain't going to do that to me. Tonight, I get Marco Howlett in the ring. He can't run. He can't hide. I'm going to serve Native American justice to the Howlett brothers.
For an NWL
Welcome back, wrestling fans, to the National Wrestling League Kansas City. It is main event time, and we have a Kansas City title tournament match here for you tonight.
Very interesting matchup here as we saw at the start of the show. The Howletts really taking it to the royal blood. These guys have proven already tonight they're going to do whatever it takes to win. I just wonder what they're going to be able to do against Lakota Red Cloud.
These guys make me sick, and I try to always call it down right down the middle, Christopher, as you know, but the actions of the Howletts as of late make me nauseous. These guys don't want to wrestle. I think they're out here just to cause and inflict pain to everybody they come in contact with here in the National Wrestling League, and that is not professional wrestling. They've taken things outside of the squared circle.
So far, I can't disagree with you. These guys certainly have been beating up everybody in their path. They've been doing it thug style as well. I'll tell you, though, they have got a tall order in Red Cloud. Man, this guy he is probably one of the strongest guys you're ever going to see in that squared circle, and he's got a fighting spirit as well. It doesn't bode well for either
Kansas City, Missouri.
Of the Howletts.
Oh, I can't wait to hear what this guy's got to say.
I regret to inform you that Jet and his brother Jax are currently on their way to Children's Mercy Hospital.
Unbelievable.
Children's Mercy.
As a result of injuries sustained by the Howletts. Because NWL, that's exactly what happens when you put the Howletts in the same building as a bunch of pro wrestlers. It's funny that the tagline for this company is wrestling with character. Because we are not characters. What you are looking at right now is 100% authentic. What you are looking at is 100% real. We are not your heroes. We are not your villains. We are simply the two baddest men walking God's green earth.
Certainly some strong statements right there.
Lionel Howlett never short of words when it comes to talking in front of the crowd here at the Scottish Rite Temple.
Shut your mouths. So NWL, why don't you go ahead and send out another one of your character wrestlers so that the Howletts can show him that family is forever.
Your wish has been granted, Marco, because here comes your opponent for the evening. Lakota Red Cloud is here.
You're not going to find anybody bigger or stronger than Lakota Red Cloud. This guy always comes to fight. He's got that fighting warrior spirit. Lakota, although I think he needs to keep one eye open for Lionel in this match as well.
I think the referee needs to take some action, take some charge here, and make sure that this is a one-on-one competition between Marco and Red Cloud. He needs to kick Lionel to the back and make sure that this stays mano-a-mano like it should in the squared circle.
Lionel brings a pipe. It looks like Red Cloud has brought himself a tomahawk to the ring. I wonder which one.
I don't want to find out, to be honest with you. I'm just glad that somebody like Lakota Red Cloud is here to maybe shut up or put an end to Marco and Lionel's reign of terror that they've had on the National Wrestling League for the past few weeks. Red Cloud has always been there to stick up for anybody that has been assaulted by these Howletts.
Red Cloud, certainly one of the odds-on favorites, I think, to win the whole thing. As a matter of fact, this guy is big and strong. There isn't many, you look for weaknesses on a guy like Red Cloud, you're not going to find too many, that is for sure.
Well, it looks like both of them are going to get in the ring now. It wouldn't surprise me. They're going to try to have to figure some way out, something out to put Lakota Red Cloud on the map for 1, 2, 3, because one of them isn't going to do it.
Well, you know, one of the things about these guys, they want to prove that they are the biggest, the baddest, and the toughest. Well, this is a way to do it. Beat Red Cloud right there in the middle of the ring. And then I'll
fighting out of this corner from the Superior State of California, weighing 240 pounds, Marco Howlett. And his opponent fighting to my right from Santee Sioux Reservation, weighing 290 pounds, the Lakota Warrior, Red Cloud.
Don Diablo with the introductions here of our combatants for tonight's KC title tournament match and our main event this evening on the National Wrestling League Kansas City. And I, for one, hope that Lakota moves on in the tournament and dispatches of Marco Howlett just like that.
You know, I got to say, we're supposed to be impartial here, but I got to say I agree with you on that. Definitely, I want to see Red Cloud take it to this guy.
And if anybody in the National Wrestling League can take it to the Howletts, it's definitely Red Cloud. Look at the size of Red Cloud. I think he's put on 10 pounds of muscle since the last time we saw him here in the Scottish Rite Temple.
Every time you see this guy, he's bigger, he's stronger, he's tougher, he's more athletic. I see huge things on the horizon for Red Cloud for sure, but he's got to get through a very, very tough test right here.
Conspicuous by her absence tonight at the side of the Howletts is Daniela. One wonders what's she up to. Is she lurking around ringside somewhere? Is she going to play a factor in this match?
Absolutely. You know, I was thinking that myself earlier. They always seem to have a game plan, and she's always part of it. So what is she doing right now? I'm sure she's not at home babysitting some cute little adorable child. She's probably after causing some mayhem herself.
Birds of a feather, as they say, Christopher, flock together. And definitely when it comes to the business of the Howletts, Daniela is in with both of these guys. They're as thick as thieves. So I'm looking for Daniela to maybe make her impact in this match as well. And I hope the referee is able to maintain order throughout this championship tournament match.
For once, I think that this would be a good time for Mr. Budinsky himself, Mr. Blaine Meeks, to maybe stick his nose into this situation. Red Cloud might need him later on tonight, I bet.
Marco trying to intimidate Red Cloud, and Red Cloud's having none of it. Straight right hands to the face, and Marco rolls outside of the ring with assistance from his brother Lionel. He doesn't want any part of the strength of Red Cloud.
I think they're cousins, but it doesn't matter because they act like brothers, that's for sure. Red Cloud just
absolutely right,
running right through Lionel right there. Did you see that?
Marco now on the offensive against Red Cloud after he had to chase him around the ring. Marco capitalizing on a little bit of a distraction there by his cousin. Nice shoulder block like a Scud missiles.
Huge, huge, huge shoulder block right there from Red Cloud. What's this? Lionel back up on the ring apron now. Told you he's going to have to fight both of them, right?
Marco really on the offensive here after taking that scintillating shoulder block that sent him almost in a complete backflip there on the canvas. That was one heck of a shoulder block by Lakota Red Cloud. Oh, smashes Marco right into the ropes. And again,
looks like it's time to regroup.
his cousin tried to pull him to
out.
safety, and it looks like a tug of war with Marco as the rope.
I don't think you're going to win a tug of war with Lakota Red Cloud. That's
and
for sure.
Lakota Red Cloud actually dragged his cousin in the ring now, so both Howletts are in the ring now against Lakota, and the referee needs to make sure he gets out of there. He tries to hit him, and
Look at
Lakota
that.
pressing him overhead and dumps him to the outside, getting rid of Lionel Howlett right there. And here comes Marco trying for a sunset flip. And I don't think Lakota's having any part of that.
No way. Look at that. Picks him up all the way off the ground. What's he going to do now? Is he going to pick him straight up in the air?
Thought he was going for a
toss
choke.
it out
Throws him onto his partner on the outside. So far, Lakota is almost fighting both Howletts successfully.
Unbelievable strength and power. Both Howletts, good-sized men for sure, and he tossed them around like they were maybe 100 pounds.
What is Red Cloud doing? He's
top.
ascending to the top rope here. This is not a guy that flies all too often in wrestling, and he flies off the top rope and crashes right into the security railing. Both Howletts wisely moving out of the way there.
Well, I think those spirits that flow around Red Cloud maybe giving him some bad advice right there, because he's in a world of hurt right now. Hurt himself bad hitting that guardrail. Those things are unforgiving for sure, and it looks like he is worse for wear for that for sure.
Crashing hard into that security railing after taking a risk, laying it all out there on the line, making sure that he's taking out both Howletts and he wants to advance. That's how bad he wants to advance in the KC title tournament.
Pulling out all the stops, that's for sure. Well, that's what you got to do to become a champion. I applaud him for his courage.
Cover
Man, that was a
two, only gets a 2 count. Marco stays on the attack, driving a knee right into the big, brawny chest of Lakota Red Cloud.
The most frustrating thing about the Howletts is that both of these men can wrestle. They're very, very accomplished. They are a great team that chooses to do thuggish and downright illegal activities in some cases, not the place for it here in the squared circle. Man, listen to that crowd firmly behind Red Cloud.
Fans here in the Scottish Rite Temple love Lakota Red Cloud and have supported him ever since he made his debut here in the National Wrestling League. Hard forearm strike by Marco Howlett right to the face, brings the big man down to one knee here in the Scottish Rite Temple.
It's going to take a lot to knock Lakota down all the way, but he's got him down in a very vulnerable spot right now.
Chop right across the chest. That did not make Lakota Red Cloud happy, taking and absorbing those chops almost, and Lakota Red Cloud is back up to a full standing base, and that means trouble for Marco Howlett until he rakes the eyes just then.
You got to go to the eyes. You look at the chest of Lakota Red Cloud. Look how big and how strong that thing is. Would you attack that chest? Probably not. You got to go to the eyes, which he did there. Learned his lesson pretty quick. Got to go to what's vulnerable.
The Howletts definitely are resourceful when it comes to working inside the squared circle. They know every inch of that ring and will utilize it to their favor. And that's why so far here in the National Wrestling League, they've been successful last time here in the Scottish Rite Temple.
As much as I hate to say it, Marco Howlett doing very, very well right now against Lakota Red Cloud, impressing me in singles competition. These guys can wrestle, like I said. They're a very, very talented team. They're both very talented individuals. They don't need to resort to all the violence that they resort to.
Vicious crossface right across the bridge of the nose of Lakota Red Cloud. Again, another vicious crossface. If he breaks the nose of Lakota Red Cloud, that may be game over for the big man from the Santee Sioux Reservation, because if you're bleeding from the nose, if your nose is broken, you can't see, your lungs can get filled with blood. A lot of damage can take place after one of those vicious crossfaces.
Marco laying it on him. Doesn't seem to be having too much of the, uh-oh, we've seen this before.
Again, Lakota feeling that Native American spirit flowing through his veins, and those shots aren't even registering with the big Lakota Red Cloud. Another shot just absorbed, and Marco may need to head to higher ground to get away from the onslaught that's about to beset him. Nice chop right across the chest. Tomahawk chop right across the top of the head. And a jumping leg drop connects with Marco. This could be it. Cover 1, 2. Almost
had him. Whatever spirits are in the air right now, they are certainly with Lakota Red Cloud. Seemingly out of nowhere, this guy is making a huge comeback. And he's got Marco on the ropes.
You have to wonder what kind of target this puts on the back of the big Lakota Red Cloud. If he were to defeat one of the Howletts tonight, would they come for some sort of retribution later on down the line? He was going for that Red Thunder power slam right there and was unable to get it because Lionel decides to get involved in the action, and he gets whipped into the ring for his efforts. Looks like he's going for the bow and arrow here on Lionel Howlett, and he drives him into the center of the ring.
This match isn't with Lionel, though. He's wasted all that energy.
Marco tried for a cross body block, trying to take Lakota off his feet. It looks like the Red Thunder power slam has connected with Marco. This is it. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
And Lakota Red Cloud pins Marco Howlett and advances in the KC title tournament.
Very impressive. Maybe that's going to humble the Howletts just a little bit, although I doubt it. Lakota Red Cloud, this guy is serious as he moves on in the tournament. I said it earlier in the match, this guy's an odds-on favorite to win the whole thing, and nothing that he just showed right there would have me think any different. This guy is on a roll. Who's going to stop this guy? Who?
The Lakota Red Cloud just fought off one of the most feared tag teams in the National Wrestling League by himself. This guy means business, and like you said, I would have to think there is not a single wrestler that I can think of off the top of my head that maybe can withstand the power of Lakota Red Cloud.
The one thing, though, we alluded to it earlier, I think this definitely puts a target on Lakota's back. You don't think these guys are going to be looking for retribution?
Congratulations to Lakota Red Cloud advancing to the KC title tournament, and we'll see you next time here on the National Wrestling League. Good night, everybody.